In 1961, a scientist made a tiny mistake that accidentally revealed a crack running through the entire universe. He was rerunning a weather simulation, and to save a little time, he typed in a number that had been rounded off after 3 decimal places instead of 6, a difference so small it should not have mattered at all. He expected the same weather to play out. Instead, the forecast that came back was completely, unrecognizably different. And in that moment, he stumbled onto something nobody wanted to be true, that the future may be impossible to predict forever, and not because we aren't smart enough. This is the story of chaos, and it means something staggering, that the universe can follow perfect, exact laws and still hide the future from you completely, and that your own life is caught in the same trap. The scientist was Edward Lorenz, a meteorologist working with one of the early computers, trying to model the weather with a set of equations. One day, he wanted to re-examine a particular run. So instead of starting it over from the very beginning, he restarted it from the middle, typing in the numbers straight off a printout from the earlier run. Then he went to get a cup of coffee while the machine worked. It should have simply retraced the exact same weather it had produced before. There was no reason for it to do anything else. But when he came back, the weather on the screen had veered off into something wildly, totally different. He was baffled until he found the cause. The printout he typed from had rounded the numbers to 3 decimal places. The computer internally had been using 6. So, where the machine had originally stored a number like 0.506127, he had typed in 0.506, a difference of about 1 part in 1,000, roughly the effect a butterfly might have on the air, and it had completely rewritten the weeks of weather that followed. And Lorenz realized what he was looking at. In certain systems, a tiny difference at the start does not stay tiny. It grows, it doubles, and cascades, and feeds on itself, until that microscopic initial difference has taken over and reshaped everything downstream, which leads to a devastating conclusion. To predict the far future of such a system perfectly, you would need to know its present state with perfect, infinite precision. And you never can. There's always a decimal you didn't measure, a rounding error, a butterfly you didn't count. And that unmeasured sliver, however small, will eventually grow to swallow your entire prediction. Lorenz put it into an image that made him famous. The title of a talk he gave in 1972 asked, "Does the flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil set off a tornado in Texas?" He didn't mean the butterfly literally powers the storm. He meant that in a system this sensitive, a disturbance as small as a butterfly's wing beat can be the deciding difference between a tornado forming and not. The name stuck. We've called it the butterfly effect ever since. But here's the part that truly breaks your brain, and it's the whole point. These chaotic systems are not random. They follow strict, exact, unbreakable laws. Feed in the identical starting number, and you get the identical result every single time. They are perfectly deterministic. Cause leads to effect with total, rigid reliability. And yet they are completely unpredictable because you can never feed in the exactly identical starting number and the tiniest discrepancy explodes. For centuries, scientists had assumed those two things were the same. That if the universe obeyed fixed laws, then knowing the laws and the present moment would let you calculate the entire future, like a clock you could read ahead. Chaos shattered that assumption. A universe can run on flawless, exact laws and still keep its own future permanently hidden. And this is exactly why the weather forecast falls apart past about 10 days to 2 weeks. It isn't that our models are crude or our computers too slow. Even a flawless model, running on an infinitely fast machine, would still fail, because to feed it the true starting conditions, you'd have to measure the temperature and pressure and motion of every patch of air on the planet perfectly everywhere at once. You can't, and the gaps you leave, however small, grow until they dominate. There is a hard horizon built into the physics of weather itself, and beyond it, the future is genuinely, permanently unknowable. And chaos is not some quirk of the weather. Once Lorenz found it, people started seeing it everywhere. In the turbulence of a rushing stream, in animal populations that boom and crash, in the stock market, in a dripping tap, in the rhythm of a beating heart, in a simple double pendulum. Release two of them from starting positions almost exactly the same, and within seconds they are swinging in completely different, unrepeatable directions. Even our own solar system is chaotic over long enough spans of time. The precise positions of the planets, tens of millions of years from now, are in principle impossible to compute. The clockwork universe we imagined was never really clockwork at all. But now the beautiful part, because chaos, it turns out, is not the same thing as randomness. When Lorenz took his chaotic weather equations and plotted their behavior as a picture, something remarkable appeared. The path never exactly repeated itself. It never traced the same loop twice, but also never flew apart into meaningless noise. Instead, it wound around and around, endlessly tracing out an elegant, looping, double-lobed shape, a figure that has been called the Lorenz attractor. And fittingly, almost impossibly, it looks like a butterfly. So a chaotic system is unpredictable in its details, but bounded in its shape. It wanders forever without ever repeating, and yet it never leaves a hidden pattern underneath. That's the real secret of chaos. It isn't disorder. It's a deeper, stranger kind of order, one with a definite form that you still can never forecast. There's a shape to it. You just can never say exactly where on that shape you'll be. And now bring it home, because you're a chaotic system too. Your life, every life, is exquisitely sensitive to its starting conditions. Somewhere behind you is a train you barely caught or barely missed. A party you almost didn't go to, where you happened to meet the person who changed everything. A single offhand sentence someone said that quietly redirected your entire path. Tiny, forgettable moments, most of which you can't even remember, that cascaded outward into the whole shape of the life you're now living. And you can never know which ones they were. You can never run the experiment again to see. You are at every moment of your life flapping butterfly wings, and you'll almost never get to see the storms they set off somewhere downstream, years later, in lives you'll never even know you touched. And here's where the whole thing turns from unsettling into something close to beautiful. Because that sensitivity cuts both ways. The small kindness you showed a stranger and forgot by lunchtime. The offhand word of encouragement you gave without thinking. The tiny, invisible thing you'll do today that seems to matter to no one. In a chaotic world, those small things do not stay small. They ripple forward, amplifying as they pass through other people's lives, echoing outward in ways you will never witness and could never possibly measure. We like to believe our little acts are insignificant, that only the big, dramatic choices really count. Chaos says the exact opposite. In a system this sensitive, there is no such thing as a truly insignificant act. So the very same discovery that says you can never predict or control the future also says that nothing you do is ever really small. You cannot know which of your actions will matter, or how much, or when the effects will finally surface. But you can know with certainty that they will, that the tiny, forgettable, offhand things you do carry far more weight than they could ever appear to in the moment. You're not a passive speck being pushed around inside a giant machine. You're a butterfly, and the air is always, always listening. So a man rounded off a number in 1961, went for a cup of coffee, and came back to find a crack running clean through the idea of a predictable universe. The future, it turns out, is something we can never fully compute. Not because reality is sloppy or vague, but precisely because it is so exact, so exquisitely sensitive, that the smallest breath of a difference changes everything that comes after. And that isn't only a limit on what we can know. It's a strange kind of freedom and a strange kind of responsibility folded together. It means the world is never finished, never fully written in advance in any way you could read ahead of time. And that you, tiny as you are quietly helping to write it with every small and forgettable thing you do. So flap carefully. Somewhere downstream, far past where you'll ever be able to see, a storm is quietly deciding which way to turn.